All the frogs seeing wide, get a clear view. People coming with the tides like we church and pew. Haters putting them aside, yeah, I often do. Some claiming to be friends, but...
What's going on, people? This is Inflewence, and I'm back with another video, discussion video this time. I'm gonna talk about Transformers, Netflix, the new show, For Cybertron Siege, and the delays that have been happening. I know a lot of people are anxious. Never mind, Rekgar. I'm gonna do a review on him in maybe a couple days. So I got distracted. But yeah, War for Cybertron, the Siege, the show on Netflix, the new show that's coming out, was supposed to be out June, I believe, but there's been some delays from what I'm hearing and understanding. I wanted to explain why some of these delays may happen. Now I don't know, but I did hear that it was due to COVID, of course, but because of the voice dubs. So they need to dub. So Netflix has a thing where I believe they release their shows in all their markets, which is across the world. So they dub it in different languages in order to release it in each market. And I guess they never finished those dubs. So they don't want to release the US version without releasing all the rest of the versions. So they got to wait to get the dubs done. Now, some people are saying, like, why can't they just record them and throw them, send them to them? It's not that simple. Me being a recording artist and engineer, knowing how it has to be done. First of all, everybody has to have a booth. So I'm sure there's more than one team that's working on the overdubs. You know, unless you have a team that's multilingual. Is that yeah, I think that's a word. But unless you have a team that does everything. Now, I don't know. Maybe there's all of them done and like maybe the Chinese version is done, or maybe, you know, I don't know what version, or maybe all of the versions aren't done except for the US. So that's the first problem. You probably have multiple teams that you're dealing with. Now, each person has to have a way to record. You can say that's easy, especially if you're a voiceover actor. And true, they probably do have a lot to record, but you don't know the parameters of the show. Netflix might have some type of, you know, something in their contract. They might need to record at Netflix studios or at their designated spots so they can get everything the same. Now, you can do a lot in post production. So I mean, some people are like, well, you know, shoot that theory down. But at the same time, you can't do everything in post. If you have a crappy recording, like if the person, not necessarily, like every recording artist don't know how to engineer. Every recording artist doesn't know the ins and outs. Nowadays, a lot do because they do so much on their own, but it's probably the same for, I can't really speak for them, but it's most likely the same for voiceover actors. Every voiceover actor doesn't have a booth in their house to record voiceovers. Plus, I think the main reason is because while you're doing voiceover work for a show, you have to watch the show while you're doing it, so you can get the emotion, so you can get everything right. They're not going to send the episodes to anybody, let alone 5-6 different people that have to record their overdubs. They're not going to send them the whole show to record, because that's how leaks happen and that's how bootlegs happen. I mean, it's going to be bootlegged anyway, of course. You know how this world works. It's going to be on the Fire Stick. It's going to be, but that's only after it comes out. Like, they don't want it to leak. And that's the number one way stuff leaks, is by insider leaking. Like, people get offered money every day that ain't getting paid well. Not saying it's right, but that's what happens, and leaks happen. So I'm sure Netflix is looking at that also. And that's probably one of their biggest things, because they can't overdub without having the video there. Now, you can set up some type of live stream and have them watch it through the live stream and record, but again, that's a lot. So they probably just want to use, they have a system, they want to have the overdubs how they want to have it, and that's it. I mean, we're all waiting for this show, and some people are anxious and not as patient as others. I'm patiently waiting. What can you do? You can only wait for them. I mean, so like I said, I believe it's supposed to come out in June, but it's more than likely not coming out. As with everything else that COVID-19 infected. So I think that's it for the discussion. I appreciate y'all. If y'all like this content or any content, you know, I deal with a lot of transformers. I talk about tech. I may put these discussions in more around tech, and I did one for a PlayStation 5 reveal, and go check that out if you're into games. And I was doing discussions here and there, and I often said I'm going to start doing more, but I just haven't got to it. So in between, as you know, I do reviews of Transformers as well. And if you're here, most likely you know I do reviews of Transformers. And if this is your first time, subscribe, please. But I often say I don't get anything for free. I don't get to see review pieces, not yet. Hopefully soon, or not soon, but probably whenever I get a good enough audience and they feel the need that they can promote with me. As long as they're not telling me what to do, I will take review items and try to look at them. But for now, I only get things that I buy myself, that I want myself. So reviews are sparse. Thank you for joining me. Like I said, please subscribe, share, like, dislike. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you like it or not. And let me know where that net come from. All right, peace.
Ain't over. Life ain't over. Life ain't over. Life ain't over. As long as you're alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.